Hey guys, this is Dominic from Dragon Strike Studios, and after a long and very busy spring, I'm happy to bring you my next video in the painting series about dry brushing. It is just a short video showing a couple techniques, a few of the brush sizes, and hopefully, you can use these techniques to make your models look a little better. Enjoy.
Okay, let's get started. First, the brushes. Here we have 4 dry brushes, a variety of sizes, large dry brush for your large models such as tanks and such, medium dry brushes for larger areas, and a smaller dry brush for the smaller areas you might hit. Pretty much you're just going to try to match what makes sense to you, for the area that you're painting. The models we'll be using today. This one is a Dendrenzi spaceship from Firestorm Planetfall, and you can see it is just base coated in a matte black. And second model is a Chaos Hound. We'll be doing the fur on the back. This will be a 2-color dry brush, because we're going to try to make it seem like it's brown. This one, though, is going to be a single highlight with a metallic just to bring out the highlights. The concept of dry brushing is pretty easy. You're just taking a model with darker color and you're applying paint just to the raised points on the model to bring out highlight and detail. So it's actually a pretty easy concept. You can kind of do with any colors, blues, reds, whatever colors your model is, there's a highlight for it. So let's start with the Dendrenzi. I'm going to be using cold steel. I want a metallic kind of color to it, and we'll be using a medium dry brush for this. Make sure, obviously, your brush is dry. So what you want to do is load your brush. Again, don't load it so much so it's like way up into the hosel. And then you kind of work the paint into the middle of the brush. Okay, and then I begin wiping. So you're taking the majority of the paint off, especially on the outside. You don't want a lot of wet paint because it can work its way down into the lower crevices of the model, which is not where you want it. So you see it's like just barely putting color onto the paper. And what you will do is just long strokes like this. As you can see, I'm only trying to hit the upper portions of the model. Now, when you dry brush, you want to go in several directions to hit the highlights and the angles from several directions. That way you catch all of them and not just ones that in each direction. And then you just kind of give it like a good sweeping motion back and forth, and you can see it's starting to bring out the highlights and show the detail of the model. This is a great way to do quick armor. You can obviously dry brush the whatever armor color you want to use over the top of the black, and just keep dry brushing. The more you apply paint, the more that it'll pop out. Just be careful, because you can actually put too much and you start to color the model. So see, we're just looking for highlights there, and you can see it's brought out quite a bit of detail. So that is the first model. I'll get the paint out of my brush quick, and we'll set that to the side. The second model is going to be the Chaos Hound. We're going to start with a darker brown. This is Battlefield Brown. Now normally you will apply the first highlight, then let it dry for a bit, and then go to your second highlight, but we don't have forever to let it dry, so we will let it dry just a little bit. Okay, so again, you load your brush up, get it into the middle of the bristles, and then kind of wipe the excess off. Now what you want to do on this one, I'm going to dry brush it heavier, only because I'm going for a brown. I'm looking to actually color the model and just keep the recesses. As you can see, it's kind of tinting the entire model's hair into a brown. So you can see I've changed the hair. Now the recesses of it are still black. Now, if you left it like that, it's not very impressive. You haven't really brought out a lot of highlights. But and a lot of times when I'm transitioning from one color to the other, I will leave paint in the brush a little bit. And what it does is it kind of blends a little bit and gives a little bit of the old color to the new. So I worked some, the second color, by the way, is Rucksack Tan. It's just a lighter tan. Now this is the one that's going to make the detail pop. So you want much lighter highlights on this. So you can see, as you start to brush it on, the detail really starts to pop. And you can see from one side, and you can even go one stage lighter than this if you want to really bring out some more detail. One side is just kind of a dark brown, and the other side now looks like highlighted fur. And we will continue, and I said the more you work with it, the more color is put down and the more the highlights come out. So you're not really looking to paint, and it's a nice easy technique. Anybody can pretty much dry brush. So you see, now we've brought out the brown. And that's pretty much all there is for dry brushing. So maybe in the next video we will do a little more on overbrushing, which is a different technique, and it's a little more difficult to get the coloring right on it. So, but for this video, dry brushing, there you go. Have fun. Happy painting. Thanks.